If you are new to our channel, we are Anna and Kelvin and we are doing a 1 year round the world trip. The first part of this trip has finished in Latin America. We're now in Africa and we will be travelling through 4 different countries in the Southern Africa region, doing safaris, seeing many great sights and finishing in Victoria Falls.
From there we will be traveling through the Middle East and then we fly to Thailand, where we will be spending the last few months of our travels seeing many different countries in Asia.
Please like and subscribe and don't forget to check out our previous videos from Central and South America.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. We are currently on our night flight from Johannesburg to Cairo, and in today's video we will be exploring the great city of Cairo, visiting some museums and of course seeing the great Pyramids of Giza.
Just got to Cairo airport. First impressions, it looks pretty modern. So yeah, we're just going through, get our bags through immigration, and hopefully our man will be waiting for us with his little sign to take us to our hotel in Giza. So we eventually found our taxi from the airport. We're just driving to Giza. Early morning, sun's just come up, 6 o'clock. And yeah, first impressions are pretty good. It's a lot more modern and clean than how I remember it 30 years ago. So. Looks like I spoke too soon. As we got closer to Giza, it was all old, exactly how I remember it years ago.
Okay, we have arrived to our guest house here in Giza, and it is in a quite run-down area, so it's not, the area itself is not super nice. Like there's lots of rubbish and garbage and quite run-down houses. But the main reason for staying here is that you actually have the view of the pyramids. It's quite smoggy today. It's early in the morning now, but hopefully it will clear up a little bit later in the afternoon so we can see an even better view. Okay, the sun is starting to set over the pyramids and it's just looking so gorgeous. Oh wow! How great is this, that this is our view from our guest house. Right, we are having dinner here at the guest house with a view of the pyramids. Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, and the dinner looks really nice as well. We ordered chicken barbecue with some pita bread, some rice, salad and tahini dressing. Yeah, not every day you're eating dinner with pyramids as your backdrop.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the time of the day when they do the prayer calls from the mosques. So all over Cairo right now, it's massive sounds from all the prayers. And again, the pyramids in the background. We have a school outside the guest house here in Giza that we're staying at, and it's a Sunday today, but the children are still in school and they're so cute. Like they're singing down here and doing their morning routines. Early morning car ride into Cairo to go and visit some museums. So we're just driving from our guest house in Giza with our great driver Tariq, and then we're gonna head in to do the Egyptian museum. We're gonna go to the Mummy Museum and also probably visit a mosque and some bazaar. But yeah, just showing a little bit of the streets here in Giza.
Because of the small narrow streets in Giza, tuk-tuks have become very popular, but in downtown, upmarket side of Cairo, cars are definitely the way to go. So we're just entering the Egyptian National Museum. Now it's a big impressive building. There was big security checks actually. We had to go through 2 checks getting in. First one scanned your phone and the next one emptied your pockets, proper airport style. I actually had my Swiss Army knife with me. It was in my pocket. I totally forgot all about it. But It was quite good. They were on it straight away, picked it up on the security scanners, and I had to go and leave it in a safety deposit box, and I'll be getting it back later, hopefully. So yeah, now it's really seems good and well organised. We'll go inside. Hopefully it's as good as we're expecting.
Okay, we're inside the museum now and it's absolutely swarming with tourists. So yeah, like we said, it's a Sunday today, but a Sunday here in Egypt is like a Monday in Europe.
Okay, where do I start? Now, the museum is stupid busy, yeah, as you just seen, but it is a very, very impressive, quite well organised and professionally run museum. I mean, the problem is it's massive. Egyptian history is so long that I could do a full hour documentary and only just scratch the surface. So I'm not going to go into it too deeply. I'll just give you a quick rundown of it all, but it's basically set up in little sections. Now, if you're a real history buff regarding specifically Egyptian history, yeah, I'm sure you'll enjoy it, and you could probably spend a few days there actually. But the problem is it's hard. All the more impressive sections are so damn busy that it's just hard to get a quiet little space and see. I mean, explanations are generally in English as well as Arabic, so it's much easier to actually pick things up, but there are so many artifacts with deep explanations that, I mean, you need to be an Egyptologist in the first place to go to really take it in, and on top of that, you have to be totally passionate about Egypt and have all the extras of immense patience, lots of time on your hands, and everything else. But I mean, it is an impressive museum. Don't skip it if you're ever in Cairo, but if you really want to get the most out of it, study a lot about Egypt in the first place before you go, and then and when you get there, allow extra time for it. But it was an impressive museum. I don't want to sound too negative. It's just that if you don't know a great deal about Egyptian history to begin with, you're probably going to struggle a little bit to fully understand and be able to fully absorb everything. We were starting to make our way out, and we just kind of stumbled on what personally I think could be the most interesting bit, and it was more an overview of how everything was discovered and all that. Like, we all sort of kind of know, or you read about how it all was years ago, but to me the most interesting bit is how this was all rediscovered when a lot of it had been covered by sand for centuries. So yeah, this little section here gives an overview of how things are discovered. This is upstairs at the back, and the other added little bonus is there isn't quite so many tourists there, so you can actually spend a bit of time reading about it without getting nudged and shoved. So, yeah, a little tip if you're ever here on a day that's as busy as this. So we start heading off to the next museum, the Military Museum, and as you can see, there's some really nice parts to Cairo. When you are downtown, you know, it's just like any other nice modern cosmopolitan city with a really nice vibe to it. Just entering the castle or fort. I don't quite know what name they give it, but within the place is the National Military Museum. So I'll take a quick look round and see what there is, but fantastic views all around. Apparently it's the biggest mosque in Egypt, well, certainly in Cairo, I think the whole of Egypt. So we've just gone into the police museum apparently. Oh. And there's a few a little excavation site here. I'm not quite sure what that's signifying, but if you walk to the end, you've got a pretty damn impressive view. So this is the enormity of the metropolis known as Cairo. Including the surrounding areas, latest estimates are as big as 24 or 25 million. And when you see it from up here, you can totally understand why. Again, the same applies to the last museum we went to. It is great, it is interesting. I really like this one mainly because there wasn't quite as many tourists and you could spend more time reading about the things. It was a little bit more modern, you know, it was things you could relate to, going back to the First World War and things like that, and how Egypt gained its independence and how the military evolved during and during that time. So it was super interesting. I'd definitely recommend coming if you're a history buff and you're ever in Cairo, but we're not going to go too deeply into it as it's more of a time issue than anything. And if you are a history buff, read more about it. You'll get more accurate information than what we could tell you anyway.
All right, we're coming up to the main mosque, the Mosque of Muhammad Ali. I'm gonna go in and have a quick look. Yeah, it's looking very pretty inside here of the mosque as well.
So we're now here at next museum of the day, the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization. Apparently they have mummies and various other ancient artifacts in there, so we've been recommended this. So we just come out of the mummy tomb, and then you can't film or take pictures there, but it was impressive. I mean, they had loads of real life mummies, still looking okay, you know what I mean? I mean, not totally decomposed. I wouldn't say they looked healthy as the day they were born, but anyway. But like here, for example, you can see it there. That's pretty much what we were seeing. Several of them were like that, you know, not totally decomposed, totally recognisable. Some of them even still had hair, but for whatever reasons, I think it's about the maintaining the body with flashlights, they just totally banned cameras. But we just come to the upstairs bit, and there's a few relics here and a bit of a museum area, but it's a modern museum and it looks really, really good, I've got to say. And it was just the right length, the mummy lounge. You went through, you went a certain way round, and it took like 35-40 minutes, so you weren't being overpowered. You could take your time, read, and yeah, 40 minutes is a good length. You know, you can read, take it in, move along. You're not getting overwhelmed with the bombardment of information. But no, it was good, I gotta say, and yeah, no regrets at coming. This was definitely worth the trip, this one, 100%.
Okay, we are heading back to our guest house. It's been a great day. Lots of information going to all these museums, but still very, very interesting. We're just gonna have a slow night today, grab some dinner and watch the sunset over the pyramids. And tomorrow we are gonna actually visit the pyramids in Giza. Yeah, we're watching another beautiful sunset here in Giza with the pyramids as the backdrop. And it's just absolutely stunning. The camera really can't make justice to how gorgeous this scene is right now.
Morning in Cairo. The kids are getting ready for school. We're at the pyramid. We're overlooking the pyramids from our lounge, and we're getting ready to head up there actually.
Today we are visiting the mighty pyramids of Giza. So in front of us now, both the Sphinx and two of the pyramids. They said this pyramid here took 32 years to build, and it's made up of 2,600,000 pieces of stone that were brought here from Aswan and Luxor. So we're inside a temple. We're actually gonna walk up to the body of the Sphinx to see it up closer. And we have to walk through this temple area where people used to come to meditate. And all these stones here are made up of red granite. And it's a beautiful day today. We're very lucky with the weather. It's clear blue sky and sun. So yeah, let's go closer to the Sphinx body. We've come closer to the Sphinx body, and I've been to Cairo and the pyramids before, but I don't think I've ever come up this close. So that's really quite magnificent. We're on our way to our camels to ride closer to the pyramids. And when I rode the camel last time, I thought it was quite scary, so I'm a little bit nervous right now. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Wish us luck. Sounds perfect.
As much as you can. You have enough time to enjoy. Take your times. Don't worry about any times at all. Okay?
I'm on mine. Alright, here we're going. We're walking now on the camels. We are at one of the best viewpoints here, where you can see actually all the 9 pyramids. So you have 3 small ones in the front, and then you have the 3 big pyramids, and there's also 3 smaller ones on that side there. So yeah, it's a great viewpoint from here. Very beautiful. We build up some art pieces here in the middle of the desert here outside Cairo and close to the pyramids. We don't really know if it's just for standing there taking a photo of them with the pyramids in the background, or if it's for a specific reason.
I mean, this is as surreal as you can get. We've been up on the hill taking pictures. We're just slowly going down on the camels. You've just got that view in front of you. And it's literally like you're doing a 3D kind of computerized game with a screensaver in front of you, you know. It really is kind of surreal. I can't think of any words to describe it.
Just down at the bottom of the biggest pyramid built by King Cheops.
We've just been informed we're allowed to walk up the steps to the main entrance, so we're going up now and hopefully get some good footage when we're in there.
The view from standing a little bit higher up here on the pyramid, it's not shabby, huh? See a big part of Cairo there in the background. Yeah, going home in a tuk-tuk. A tuk-tuk adventure on the streets of Cairo.
So we got back to our hotel room, and with a view like that, I couldn't resist doing a bit of training while I overlooked it. So when I finished my workout, I grabbed a shower. We all both got ready for our Nile dinner cruise that evening. Are heading out to our dinner cruise on the Nile. We've got Tarek, our driver, taking us downtown. It's 7:30 at night. The traffic's still relentless, I have to say. It's still as mad as ever. But Cairo looks different at night. It's all lit up, neon everywhere, busy, and definitely it's still got a real good buzz to it, no matter what.
We're going on a dinner cruise on the River Nile, and Tarek, our guide, is just bringing us now to the cruise ship. It's called Andrea. We're getting closer down to the ship here, Andrea. And yeah, entrance here. Alright, so we're going to be cruising down the Nile here for 2 hours, eating some dinner. There's going to be belly dancing and some entertainment, and yeah, I think we're in for 2 good hours. Okay, we're inside the boat here. We have been seated on or sat down on our seats, and we're waiting for the buffet to start, and then soon there will also be a little performance here. Yeah, let's see what this brings us.
Okay, our Nile cruise that Anna was so excited about and what we paid quite a lot of money for. Well, what can I say? We got there, this belly dancer come on, and yeah, she tried her best, she had a go. When she was finished, the next guy comes on, and he was like, I don't know, a 1970s comedian from Butlins or Pontins or something. So anyway, yeah, he had this big long traditional dress on, starts spinning around so it goes up over his head or whatever. So yeah, I mean, if it had been a party for a 7 and 8 year old, yeah, it might have been okay. But a so-called Nile cruise that we were sold to be a nice candlelit dinner, costing $20 odd each, was perhaps a little bit, slightly overselling it. Well, anyway, these two jokers went on for way too long, and when they eventually finished and they brought the food out, there was only about 20 minutes to go. It was like school dinners. You had to rush up, grab what you can before it went. No free drinks, nothing with it. Anyway, and then the so-called cruise, it went 100 meters up the Nile, reversed back again, and that was pretty much it. Yes, what can I say? I think, to be honest, it was an absolute farce. You know, I mean, yeah, don't want to be too negative, but it was rubbish, let's be honest. And my advice to you is, if you're ever in Cairo, don't waste your time or money.
Alright, we are slowly cruising on the Nile. Well, a quite nice area here right now. There's the Hilton Hotel, for example, and a few other big hotel complexes. Me and Kelvin are visiting one of the biggest and oldest bazaars in Cairo called Khan El Khalili. So our great guide and driver Tarek have just dropped us off here, and we're gonna look around. We have a couple of hours in town, so look around at the market, have some lunch, and yeah, maybe get some little peace with us at home. With us home. But yeah, it looks really big. Like just street after street after street after street after street. All right, we'll keep you updated.
So we've got the guy here passing through with his spices, and we got the load here. So about minimum 2.5 meters high, I'd say. Yeah, just stocked up on the thing. Yeah, it's actually died down a bit now. It was actually a lot more hectic and ridiculous before, but anyway. The midday sun, I think a few people's gone for it's almost falling. I think a few people have gone for a little siesta. I'll just see if this guy can make it. There's another one. Go for it, son, yeah? As if it wasn't high enough to begin with. Yeah, there we go, tying it up. Good that he's seen he's taking health and safety seriously, and then he'll head through the crowds. Yeah, go on, tight, son. Don't be slacking. You don't want health and safety on your back. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Good as new. Safe as safe can be. He works his way into the crowds. Yeah, looks to be okay. I don't hear any screams. Almost knocked a few things over, but not quite. So he's obviously a bit of a dab hand when it comes to wheeling 3 meter high piles of whatever through packed out marketplaces. Seems to be an innate skill.
Just walked up for an alleyway and there's cars everywhere, and ended up coming out onto this big kind of square here, and just seeing a massive mosque when we came out. It's gorgeous. Yeah, so it's very, very beautiful.
So we're just stopped for some lunch, and we just ordered. We came to a nice place right in the middle that was recommended to us by our guide. He said they won't rip you off and everything's good. We actually stopped for a coffee here earlier, and they were absolutely bang on price. Everything was exactly as they said. So I think it's going to be good. We just ordered something. We're on the roof overlooking a nice majestic kind of mosque. Nice temple buildings. If you look down onto the street, it's a busy street. All the shops are going up and down, and the market stalls, and it's right slap. But this, I think this is the oldest market in Cairo apparently, and the big, certainly one of the biggest. So yeah, we've had a good day so far. I mean, yeah, you get a bit of hassle, but nah, it was fine. You know, it's all a little bit tongue-in-cheek. They're not absolutely badgering you like they used to do years ago. It all seems a bit more laid back these days.
We have gotten our food and it's looking very good. I've gotten a shish chicken, or like some chicken barbecue with rice, some fries, baba ganoush.
Baba ganoush.
Baba ganoush. Kelvin got kofta, like Turkish kofta with some the same, otherwise rice and fries. Some nice bread over there, and yeah, we're sitting here overlooking a beautiful mosque while we're eating.
Okay, walking through the lounge onto the balcony. Yeah, hey, hi. As you can see, we've got there. Because it's a bit overcast today, the sunset was a little bit earlier, so we missed the sunset. But as the sun's going down on Cairo, we're basically just going to pack up and get ready to leave this very special city, yeah? And I say that in more ways than one. But it's been great, we've really enjoyed it. And maybe one day we'll come back again, yeah? We'll see.
Tonight we're taking a night bus to Dahab. We're leaving from Cairo here now in a little over an hour.
So we wrap up our stay in Cairo. Now, as I said, it's been many, many years since I've been, and I do remember it being very overpowering and all about money last time. And it seemed nowhere near as bad this time. Our guide seemed very fair and upfront, and most of our trips were reasonably good value for money. But on the last day, surprise, surprise, he did try and sneak a few things in and try and rip us off a little bit. So although we had a great time, it did leave a little bit of a cloud over it. So you live and learn, that's life, but we are excited about moving up onto Dahab, which is a small coastal town famous for diving and snorkeling, which isn't too far from the Israeli border, which is where we'll be heading to afterwards. So, Dahab, here we come.